Guess who just got done watching Star Wars?
Ninja Lens.
Ninja Lens. So I just got done watching Star Wars. Have a lot to say about it. Have a lot to say. First, the beginning, I don't know. So ultimately, I mean, I liked it, but all I can ever think about immediately after watching it, and like as time goes on, I can only think of the problems with it. In general, needs more Finn. No, silence! Need more Finn. Organizing it from the start. I'm about to be at my car. So, from the start, I'd like to point out, I liked the movie, but I have some other flaws. But I'd like to start with a positive. You see, I struggled with Rey because I felt like she was just kind of stone-facedly just tearing it up, just killing it. She's just doing everything perfect on the first try. And I find that difficult. It's not even that I find it difficult to believe, it's boring. Unrelatable. I left my drink on top of my car. I find it boring, unrelatable, when a character is just killing it. They're killing it, and they're killing it, and they're killing it, and they're killing it. Alright, I brought my real camera so you can actually see me. So, from the start, I like to point out something I really liked, and that was something I noticed right away. Well, not right away, but early on. I really, really like Urkel Rey. As in Steve Urkel. I don't know if anybody's gonna get the reference. You know, Steve Urkel. Did I do that? You know, screwing up. When Rey goofs up, my favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes with Rey in the movie, is when she cuts the rock in half, it falls down and smashes some of the alien stuff, and they're just like, well, come on! And she just looks over just like, did I do that? And I'm just like, yes! Yes! She's not infallible. She's funny. She's an interesting character. That's interesting. It's funny. It's interesting. When she screws up, it's just like, whoa, she bleeds. She's human. It's fun. It's just like, then I can start to relate to her. I mean, it's not just relatable to her. It's just, I thought it was funny. I think she's got a really good face for comedy. When she's just like, oops. I loved that. I have a few notes here. I have a few notes. I actually do have a few notes. Pardon me here on this. Or else I'm going to forget it. So, okay. I liked seeing more of the new Han Solo type of character. The guy who gave Finn his jacket. I struggled because throughout the whole, I liked the whole, oh, he's a renegade doing what he wants. And I was just like, that's a little overdone. And then they kind of tried to subvert it with the whole, it's better to just play it safe. And I was just like, that's not really any better. It's just still kind of boring. And so I was left with I mean, okay. I thought it was fun. My biggest issue with the movie is the pink hair chick's. I can't remember her name. That's why it's. By the way, that plays into the reason it's such a big issue. Pink hair girl. I can't remember her name. When Princess Leia. Spoilers, by the way. This is a spoilers review. When Leia doesn't die, I'm weirded out by what they did to keep her alive. It seemed really forced. And I didn't quite get it. Leia almost dies and then goes into a coma because she's immune to the vacuum of space, and she just has a magic bracelet that brings her back. And I'm just like, do you guys really like? Just an FYI, her actress dies. This is actually kind of important. I want to bring this up at the very end. But anyways, after Princess Leia almost dies, pink-haired chick takes over, and she seems like from the very start, I'm just like, she's going to be very evil, or they just did what Rey, or she is just very similar to Rey in episode 7, where she just kind of has a mean face. Or it's not. Rey has a little more like a permanent scowl. This woman has just kind of got a sinister face. And what they did was it made no sense. I'll tell you this. Okay, so our Han character is we gotta do this, and they set up a really interesting heist kind of build up. It's it's a very interesting plot, because Rey is just I want to get trained But then Luke is over there like, I don't want to. I'm old. I screwed up. It was just kind of bland, boring. Very good, grounded B plot. But we had our interesting Finn and I can't remember the Asian woman's name. I liked her. They're a good duo. They're out there like, yeah, let's kick some butt. We have emotions. We're fallible. All this cool things. And then the pink hair chick was just like, okay. So she hides information about what they're doing to save the group from the guy, and thus he wants to hack into their ship and turn off their light speed tracking thing. Blah, they have a MacGuffin to go get. But she's just like, no, we've got to escape and live. Well, you're not going to escape. It's just not going to work. And so he takes over the ship, and it's like, okay, I skipped over it a little bit, but it's like, she's clearly like, there's something up here. And I was like, she's either a straight-up villain, or she will get a redemption arc. And what they did was so dumb. Like, I kind of predicted straight-up villain. I thought maybe a redemption arc, maybe. But, I mean, she seemed a little too dumb for a redemption. She seemed a little too evil for a redemption arc. But it would have been better than what they did. What they did was they kind of shaped reality to make her just always a good guy. And, because there was no reason for her to hide the fact that they were going to the planet. It's like, she could have just said that to him, and he would have been like, oh, okay. Instead, they were just like, yeah, we were going to the planet. You screwed up. Leia came out of her coma and shot the other guy, and was just like, you big Dumbo boy. And then they just kind of forgot about it. They forgot about the whole and the guy like becomes the kind of leader towards the end of the film. It's just like, he mutinied her. He mutinied the pink hair chick. If she was always right in the end, it feels a little bit like she was supposed to have either redemption arc, or she was a villain, and they just like, we shouldn't do this because, actually, I have no idea why. Maybe it's because she has pink hair. Why did she? I never see anybody with dyed hair in the Star Wars universe. I don't know. It was because she had pink hair. I don't know. They just like, the ending made it seem like they had a redemption arc planned out, and the beginning seemed like she was kind of like maybe gonna like be a villain. But I guess maybe those are very similar situations. But what it all boils down to is that arc screwed it up. Finn and the Asian woman's story has no point, because they ultimately just, not only do they ultimately fail, they make it worse. And I have a feeling that they had some, because afterwards they don't play it up like the guy who sent Finn and the Asian woman to the. I feel, is that kind of racist to just call her the Asian woman? I can't remember her character's name. I don't remember. Bad with names in general. You know this. I don't know. Maybe you don't know this. Maybe you don't watch my vlogs. But I tend to forget people's names. It's not a race thing. She's just a new character in the movie, and I didn't catch her name. She was the chick who blew up the thing. Blew up the thing at the beginning. The big ship. See, I don't even remember the big ship's name. Oh, no, I do. It's Dreadnought. Anyways, their plot is so emotional. I like it. She has character development. They get along. Like, there's chemistry between Finn and this woman, and I'm just like, you voided their thing. Why? You voided their entire mission. Why? I don't get it. I think it would have been better if the pink hair chick turned out to be a villain, or if, it worked out perfectly. They literally just would have had to change one thing. Actually, they would have had to change quite a few things. But in general, either they win or they win and they just get caught anyways, or something along those lines. And the woman's just like, I was wrong. And then she does the lightspeed charge into them, which still doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if one ship going into lightspeed in the right direction can destroy an entire fleet, just saying, it seems like they'd use it often. They never mentioned it again. That's a ridiculously destructive power. Now, to be fair, it's a kamikaze move, but I'm just like, it's ridiculously powerful. So, I struggled with that. But, yes, that was my biggest issue with the film. I thought it was very interesting, the link between Kylo and Rey. Kylo Rey. Shut up. I think the Kylo Rey connection was really interesting, because they're both like the Last Jedi ever, you know? And it's the name of the movie is The Last Jedi. So I thought that was cool. Then we had, can you focus? Can you focus? Please? Can you, my camera's not focusing. Okay. Manually focused it. Now put it back on autofocus. If you out of focus, I'm gonna be mad at you, camera. All right. So that was my biggest issue, and it's kind of like the thing is that's my biggest issue, but it's also that's the main plot point, so it's a pretty big problem. But the movie kind of goes uphill from there, because I think I remember writing down quite a few. I mean, like there's obviously like the joke about Snoke. He looks like Hugh Hefner. He looks like just some kind of like really old, I guess a really old like playboy, like because he's got a robe on and he looks old. He just looks like an old creepy man, especially when he like pulls Rey to him. He's just like, yeah, I was in the war. I was in Nam, baby. Or something. I keep imagining him like a pervy grandpa. That's all I can see when I see Snoke. It's so funny because in the last movie he was just like this ominous figure in the darkness. I mean, it's also pretty funny when you consider that he dies in this movie. He's just like Kylo Ren. He's just like, I can read Kylo Ren's mind. I read everything on it. I'm the one who made you be able to communicate without talking, through the Force. And he's just like, all right, kill Rey. And he's just like, I know everything about. While he's sitting there bragging about how much he knows about him, Kylo like forces the lightsaber and kills him. I think it would be cool if it would have been explained in any, like Kylo was like, I deceived him, I tricked him. I was like, I had like a little pocket, I used the Force to like put a pocket into my brain and allow me to do that or something like that. But no, he just did it, and Snoke like could read his mind. So I thought that was kind of dumb. Either Snoke's an idiot or hopefully they explain it. The next movie. Yeah, Snoke's an idiot for dying to Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren's plan after that didn't seem like he planned to do that either. Like, it just kind of seemed like he was like, it was in the heat of the moment, because he's just like, oh, now we'll both be in charge, and it won't be the Sith, and it won't be the Jedi, it would just be me and you. And it's just like, they killed the leader of the Empire in the last trilogy, dude. It didn't do anything. We just had a new one. They're not going to go away. And then, it seemed like a stupid plan. Like, when they finally got to the planet, I didn't quite get what the red stuff was supposed to do. Like, when they were flying that, it was supposed to be really intense, and they were just, like, dropping red stuff, and I didn't quite get what they were doing. I think it was supposed to be salt, because the guy was like, dude, salt. And I was just like, salt wouldn't do. First of all, salt's not red. You dye it red, I guess, but it's like, what would it do? So I didn't get it. It's probably because I'm stupid, and so I didn't get it. Did the Asian grill die? I don't really understand how she was like severely injured. You know, Finn and the Asian woman were literally in the same crash. She instigated it by she crashed her car to get Finn out of the way, and I'm just like, Finn is literally like not even hurt a little bit. Okay? It doesn't even look like he's been like scuffed. And so I'm wondering, like, how did this woman die? Also, they never reveal whether or not she really lived. Like, she's just in a hospital bed and Finn's just like, so I'm guessing she lived. If they're gonna tell me that she died just in the next movie, she didn't make it. Luke Skywalker was barely in this film. He was barely in it. I guess he had his Han. It's kind of like Han Solo. They were just, I don't know. This criticism can kind of like it's kind of half criticism, half morbid comedy. But I'll bring it up towards the end of here before we're done. Luke did pretty much nothing for this film, and he died. How did he die? From astral projection? At the end of the movie, he was just like, it turns out he wasn't actually fighting Kylo Ren. He was just like astral projecting over there, and then he died. Somebody told me that they didn't actually, that this wasn't in the original script. They put that in post. I don't know if that's true, because it seems really planned. Because that's my criticism. It's kind of like a morbid comedy. What I'm talking about here is because they seem like they really just wanted to bring in Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill just to do like bring some life into this new reboot. Not reboot, but like continuation. Be like, still exists. You guys, like, it's kind of like, you know, Han Solo shows up. The real Han Solo, the real Luke Skywalker show up. And it's just like, it's kind of like the bless. And then they move on with the new characters because it's not expensive. But for some reason, they're keeping Princess Leia in there. And it seems, I'm not going to lie, it seems kind of like they were like, all right, Han Solo and Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford are going to be really expensive. But Leia, Carrie Fisher, she'll do it on the cheap. She'll do it on the cheap. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to bring them both in for one movie, kill them off. And Leia, Carrie Fisher's going to carry us to Gravy Train. We're Disney executives. And then, in like a morbid comedy, Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill are still alive. Carrie Fisher dies. It's kind of like it's a morbid comedy. I'm thinking it's sad that she died, but it's kind of funny. Like that, I feel like the reason that they were keeping Leia, Princess Leia, alive, and they killed off Han Solo and Luke Skywalker is because they're bound to either like save money or make more money. I'm guessing because I see like the tough woman is really popular, so I'm guessing they were like, we just want one, and she's probably gonna make us more money because women like going to see movies nowadays. I don't know. I do see something else is a change because we have different types of movies nowadays where more women are kicking butt or whatever. I know it's sad that she died, but it seems kind of like a skeevy businessman got a backfire in his face. I don't know. In a morbid kind of fashion. I don't know. It's more like I have a pretty dark sense of humor, so. Sorry if that creeped you out, but it doesn't really make any sense why Luke died. They were building up this entire movie like, yeah, he's going to be alive, and he's going to be like take on the role of like Yoda, rather, because like I thought he was going to take on the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi in this movie, and like impart a little bit of wisdom and do some serious training, and then die. But it really looks more like he did the Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, they built him up to be like the Yoda, where he's like going to still be alive until Luke goes off to fight the real final battle. Rey goes off to fight the real final battle. But Luke died, and it didn't really make any sense. So, I mean, like, they're trying something new, and I can respect that, but I just don't see what they're doing. I see there's some serious flaws in there. I feel like the reason the pink-haired chick didn't have a redemption arc where she was actually doing something wrong. Some skeevy businessman handed it, was like, no, she's got to be the good guy or something like that. I don't know why. What's up with the dyed hair? Nobody else has dyed hair. It's a rebellion. Come on. All right. Thank you for watching this review. Way too long, but I don't know. I like talking about Star Wars. It was a very interesting movie. Had some flaws. Just like the last one. Thanks you. Do you have anything else to say? Wait. Yeah, I do. Let me grab what I have left to say. Ninja out! Lightsaber thing goes. I didn't get to use this in the movie theater. I didn't take it out. The theater was almost empty because I went to a daytime matinee. But, I kept it in my pocket because I was nervous. Ninja out. Ninja out. There we go. Covered in blue. Thanks for watching. When I was a boy, I dreamed of creating great epic fantasies like this. I'm sitting in my car. Ruin the movie. God help me.